Hey guys, big news just dropped today. Long War 2 has a release for XCOM 2, and I am so excited. They said it'll be coming in the next couple weeks, but they lied. What they meant is the next handful of days. Anyway, so since this is a sudden thing, in this video we are going to go through the process of downloading Long War 2, installing Long War 2, and taking a look at Long War 2. So if you're ready, commanders, let's go ahead and jump right to it. So here we are on the announcement page. As you can see right here, it says Pavonis Interactive releases Long War 2 for XCOM 2 on PC. I'm really sorry for your console guys, but this just isn't something that can be done on consoles, and that's unfortunate. But as PC people, we are so lucky. Yes, we are. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and download this. Now we're going to do it from two locations. Now we're going to go ahead and get this downloaded. We're going to download it from the Nexus, and I'm going to show you how to grab it off the workshop. Alright guys, here we are on the Nexus. Now this file just went live, so if you're one of the first to download it, feel excited. You're a part of something amazing. As you can see right now, it has no endorsements because literally it just went live. And let's see if I can click, because I downloaded it, will let me. Ooh! Yeah, look at that. One endorsement. Taylem is #1. That's right. Johnny Lump, I'm your #1 fan. Well, maybe not, but close to it. There we go. So what you need to do before you download this thing is you really need to give this a read. It's really not that long-winded. It's not as much to read as there was in the first Long War. This will just give you an idea of what to expect and how to install. And look at how to install. It's very, very easy. Not that hard at all. So what we're going to do is, it's a big file, so you're going to go ahead and click the download. You can do it manually, or you can actually use the Nexus Mod Manager to do it and install it for you. So either way you want to do it is fine. The Mod Manager is pretty self-explanatory. You click it, Nexus Mod Manager opens, you click it, you install it pretty easily. But I'm going to show you how to download it manually and install it manually, just because it's a little more involved. So I've already downloaded this because it is huge. You can go ahead and start downloading it now, pause this video, and then come back to it. So download it. I'm going to go ahead and close it here, but please make sure and take the time to read the description. That's very important. Alright, let's go ahead and click open our Long War mod zip file, and then we're going to jump to the Long War install location, which is XCOM 2, XCOM game, and you need to drop it in the mods folder. Now, if you do a fresh install like I did, I wanted to do everything from scratch, you notice there is no mods folder. So guess what? You're going to have to make one. So go mods, M-O-D-S, capital M, lowercase m. I prefer capital M just because it looks nicer, because it'll bug me if it's lowercase. So just go ahead and drop this sucker right in there. It's a little meaty, so it will take time to extract. Extract! So long. There we go. Almost there. Oh God, don't hold me on. Finish. Oh, there we go. Whew, I was running out of breath there, holding that too long. There we go. Okay, so oh God, I'm such an ass. Alright, so there we go. XCOM 2 is now set up with Long War 2 in the mods folder. Now let's go ahead and real quick look how you do it from the workshop. Alright guys, here we are at the Long War page at the Steam workshop. It's going to be bam right there on the main page. Don't worry about finding it. If you're watching this a little bit down the road, you might have to just type in the search bar, type in Long War 2, and you will find it. Now I have already subscribed to this because, as I said, it is a big file. So what you want to do is go ahead and click on it, let it download and install, and then you know what, you are all set. Now what we can do is we can just real quick jump into the file, and I'll show you where it installs. Now those of you who are familiar with how the workshop content works, this is a no-brainer for you, but for those that don't, they don't install the mods under the game install directory. They have their own little folder for it, which is here under the Steam apps folder in which the game was installed, but it's under workshop content. And let's go ahead and click on the XCOM 2, which is this game right here. And it was the last one I installed, so it's going to be this big old number right down here. Now, if you're confused about what all these numbers are, just watch my previous video, and I've already went into it. So click on it, and there we are, our Long War II content. Now this mod is moddable. It's always nice when a mod can be modded. So what you want to do is you don't really want to mess with any of the rest of this stuff. Don't touch it. Just go to config, and these are the various INI files which are used to alter the game. But be careful, you can really screw it up. So let's go ahead and click that close. I don't really need you anymore. Go away. Alright guys, that is exactly how you install Long War II. That is the location of the moddable INI files. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump into the game and see what options are available for a Long War II playthrough. Alright guys, here we are in game. Now if you notice, the buttons at the bottom have changed from the traditional XCOM 2, very similar to the Long War and XCOM 1. Now what we want to do is you want to go ahead and click on Long War to start a Long War game. If you have an existing save, you're going to have to get rid of it. You can't use it. In fact, there is a post on the Nexus about what you may need to do to get Long War II to start up initially. It's because older save data could cause a problem with the mod. Pretty much Long War II is something to start from scratch. You can use your character pool, that is fine, but any save games, I really suggest you delete that as well as your config folder in your My Documents, My Games before running XCOM 2, Long War 2 for the first time. But I've already done all that, so I'm good to go. So let's go ahead and click on Long War 2. Now this is the various difficulties. As you can see, the names are the same, unlike the first Long War where they changed them up. But the tutorial is disabled for all of them. Now this is kind of, you know, it's a necessary, but it's also unfortunate because the tutorial does offer a much better start than the traditional XCOM 2 game. You get much more background into the commander, your character, the start of the game. I actually like the tutorial better, but it's just not available, sadly. But the starting mission is actually different than the original Gatecrasher. It's actually pretty cool. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're just going to choose Veteran. That, I think, is a good starting level for anybody. Doesn't matter if you've already beat the game on Legend. You're going to want to do Long War 2 on Veteran, at least for the first time. You can go ahead and choose all these if you want. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it on Veteran. Click Next. No Iron Man. You can use your DLC. Long War 2 does not affect the DLC at all. It doesn't make changes to the rulers or to the various mechs, which is a good thing. Now that may mean that the mods that modify the rulers, such as changing how they react in turns, they might still function, because Long War 2 did not touch the DLC content at all, even though it's weaved into its work perfectly and flawlessly. So let's go ahead and click Accept and let the mission go ahead and start. We're going to go ahead and skip the cinematic for the purposes of this video. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Not aboard the ship. This is just the jerkiness of the game. Can't really get around that. Now, I am working to improve the AA capabilities of XCOM 2. Unfortunately, it doesn't work as well on XCOM 1 with the anti-aliasing bits. Their engine seems to be much more stubborn to only want to use itself, which is kind of a bummer. But I will find a way, people. I will find a way. So let's go ahead and press the key to launch before I drift away here. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, ambush enemy troops. Advent typically moves in force in large groups. Blah, 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 blah. We've read this 1,000 times. Click. And there we go. Now, the purpose of this tutorial is not just do combat. I'm not going to really go into that right now. I might team here a little bit for you guys. It really depends on how long-winded I get with this. But what we're going to do is we're going to hit escape, and we're going to go to the edit options here, and we're going to take a look at the different stuff that Long War 2 has added. Now under gameplay, I don't believe that they've added anything here, but under abilities, this was the perk pack. It's the same thing. You can click on that to view the lock perks, so you can kind of pre-plan what you want to do with each of your guys. I like to do that. I don't like the mystery appearance. For perks, it just seems silly to have them hidden. Under campaign, this is pretty much what the toolbox used to be, but it has some things removed. We can still set the degrees. We can turn the damage roulette, various degrees, hidden potential, not correlated equally, which is set on from the start. This is to prevent people from trying to get a particular soldier or two to be buff. So it's much harder. You're gonna have to keep restarting the game from scratch if that's what you want to do, which can be a pain in the butt. So you're just gonna have to deal with what you get. Hidden potential, red fog. I always love to have this on. And that's it. As you notice, there's no squad size increases for this. This is because you start, yeah, let's just save and exit, let's return to the game. You start with 8 people, which makes me assume that the max amount for a squad is going to be 10, maybe even 12. They might have 4 upgrade tiers in Long War 2. I am not sure. I kind of left some things to be surprised for even me, but I know it's going to be at least 10. And one of the things that I have heard is certain missions you actually want less people, because the more you have, apparently the easier you will be detected. So if that's the case, that's pretty awesome. I think it'll be amazing. Imagine doing an infiltration mission with just like 2 people. That would be utterly fantastic. Alright, and the final option here is called Long War 2. Surprise, surprise. Now under it, there are only 2 choices you can have here. The first one, pause on recruits. I suggest having that checked. I'm not quite sure what it does. I tried to find information on it and I seem to have failed miserably. But I'm assuming it has something to do with pausing the game when you receive a new recruit. Now, whether that's on the battlefield or in the Avenger or both, I am not sure. So there's no harm in having it checked, so when the game pauses without your consent, you know the reason why. Now the next option, Gray's Band, this is a part of a much larger overhaul to the 2-hit mechanics found in Long War 2. I would suggest leaving this alone, not messing with it until you're more familiar with all these mechanics and exactly what Gray's Band does, because it does have a generous effect on the challenge factor within your game. Now the 2 mechanics, as I already said, have been really overhauled. I mean, everything has been changed. To sum up here, I will go ahead and provide a link down below to the information on the 2-hit mechanic changes. But to sum up real quick is such thing as graze. If your target did not have dodge, there's no way that target can be grazed. It would either miss or it would hit. There was no graze factor, and that applied also to your soldiers. If your soldier did not have dodge, did not have a dodge PCS, shots against him could never graze. They would always either miss or full impact hit. But now with the change in Long War 2, your soldiers can now be grazed even if they don't have the dodge stat, which is awesome. It really seems to balance out the game, that you don't have to be flipping around like an acrobat to just take a graze hit. It just means that they almost hit you, Joe. Yeah. I just said the name Joe randomly, you know. Average Joe, Joe Blow. It just seems that, or John, was that John Doe, another name for the common man folk, or Jane for the ladies listening. There are just everything, crit chance, dodge stat, consequences, all this has been reworked in masterful ways, and I really suggest you read up on it so you know what the heck is going on in your XCOM 2 game. There's one more thing I wanted to show you guys real quick. This I just found not that long ago. It is a complete list as of revision 1.7 of what mods work with Long War 2. What it does right here is it lists the mod right here, the Steam link, the author, and it will make a list of potential problems with Long War. So if you have a mod and you wonder if it works, I'm going to provide the link for this. You can just go here, find the mod in question, and bam, all the information is readily available to you. This is an amazing piece of work. My hat's off to the author. Alright guys, that is Long War 2 in a nutshell. Set up the settings. Enjoy Long War 2. It is the best way to play XCOM 2, guaranteed. Alright guys, this is Taylem, and I will see you later.